Hello, this is Rachel Reisner. I'm a certified professional pet sitter in Montreal, Canada. I'm here today to demonstrate one of the smaller pet water fountains that I've seen. This is the Drinkwell Mini. This is much smaller than two of the other pet water fountains that I've, reviewed so far. But it works, it functions, and this is an option for people who may have limited space, people who live in apartments, etc. And this is my current charge. So I did ask the client if I could film this, so I am filming this with their permission. Okay, not getting distracted here. So this fountain functions quite similarly to the other Drinkwell fountains, and I only just cleaned this, so it's all nice and clean and wet. First you take out the lid, and then it has this upper compartment that detaches as well. Okay, it's not super intuitive though, you basically just have to pull it off. It has this replaceable filter, charcoal filter, and this one actually needs to be replaced, it's getting discolored. I think the manufacturer recommends replacing them every 1 to 4 weeks, but I would actually, from what I've seen in my experience, I would recommend replacing them 1 to 2 weeks, because basically by the end of the second week you'll see it's discolored, it might be slimy from the biofilm, and you have this wonderful, beautiful pet water fountain because you want your cat to have fresh running water, and you want to make sure that that water is fresh and doesn't have just biofilm and stuff recirculating into it. Just to, as a quick note, is just that pet water fountains, the ones that I've seen, they are not self-cleaning. You do have to clean them every couple of days. Generally, when I'm pet sitting, I clean pet water fountains every 2 to 3 days. Although if they get really dirty, say if the cat likes to paw the water and there's lots of dust, kitty litter, and other things like the water fountain, then I do dump it and clean it out if I see that there's stuff in there. So another note is just that unlike a say like a Brita water filter pitcher, usually with a Brita water filter pitcher, things like that, you're not drinking, people don't drink directly from the water pitcher, so you don't have to clean them every 2 days like you do a pet water fountain. And also pet water fountains are usually on the floor, so they get lots of debris just collected in the pet water fountain. Pet hair, dust, dirt, and also saliva because the pet is drinking directly from it. Kitty litter, food, bugs. So you really, so you really want to make sure that they're clean. Okay, so we took this off. Still have some water there. And then inside it has this filter, removable filter here. It helps to catch fur and hair. And then it's got this motor that seems to be standard. I've seen this in almost all the pet water fountains I've seen. So like with other motors, this is designed to be taken apart and cleaned. You do need to clean it every few days because it does collect biofilm, mildew, other really disgusting slimy things. You really want to make sure that you do clean it. When I clean pet water fountains, I have a child's toothbrush, and I also have some pipe cleaners too. So I find that, so first, this comes off, and this is designed to be taken apart. It's not too, it's totally fine, so you have to pry it apart, but you do need to have a little bit of fingernail. So if you had beautiful manicured fingernails, they're gonna get destroyed. Try to get someone to do it. Doesn't have beautiful manicured fingernails like me. Manicure would not last for me. So that pries off, and then this is only attached by a magnet, so this comes out easily too. So what you do is just you use dish soap, and then I use this pipe cleaner, and you just get in there, swirl it around. And also use the the child's toothbrush, just because the head is smaller so you can get into all the crevices. That's why I use a child's toothbrush. If you find a toothbrush that has a small head, that would work as well. And you just do all the crevices. Make sure you get in everywhere so that you don't see any. It should look just like this, smooth, clean plastic. Let me make sure this is actually focused on that and not blurry, because sometimes it's hard for me to tell. Okay, so after you clean that, then you can put it back together. I have other videos on disassembling and reassembling pet water fountain motors, and the ones I've seen have all been standard. So see, it just clicks back together, and they have these little suction cups to hold it into the frame there. So do that. And also I found that the toothbrush is very useful for cleaning all these little crevices. Sometimes it can get pretty dirty in there, and you want to make sure you get all the corners, and also they use little nooks, so it can be hard with using just a sponge. So sometimes the toothbrush can help you with that. So it just goes back together like that. Oops. And this goes on. And this goes on. Just clicks in place. And pet water fountains are designed to be taken apart and put back together. So it's designed to, it's not going to break if you do that. Now with the filters, it should be the water goes in through the white part and it goes out through the black part. So you put it in like that, and the top goes back on. And there's that. That's the Drinkwell Mini water fountain. I like that this water fountain, it has, the water comes out here so that the pet always has the running water, and cats like that. It helps encourage them to drink. Also, it sounds pretty cool, like you have a water feature, or whatever they're called. So you have that wonderful soothing sound of running water. And also I like this water fountain because it has a like a basin in here too. So for example, if the power shuts off, the cat will still have access to the water in the bowl. So it's not going to, for example, like the bubbler water fountains that has the water just bubbling out, if the power cuts, the cat won't be able to access the water. So usually with the bubbler fountains, I would recommend having an extra bowl of water around so that if the power were to go out, the cat would still have access to water. With a fountain like this that has a basin, a bowl area, you don't have to worry about that. So you only have to have the one pet fountain. Say if you have a small space and you don't have room to have another bowl of water, then this would do the job. Although it is recommended to encourage cats to drink, so it is recommended to have extra water bowls for them. So that's something, I guess. One thing that I don't necessarily approve of is that while this is nice and compact and small, so it can fit in small areas when you're living in an apartment or a small space, your home real estate is very valuable, so you may not have that much room wherever you put in your kitchen or living area to have a pet water fountain. So this would take up just a small amount of space. But the trouble I have is that the basin part is narrow and deep, and cats can get what's called whisker fatigue, because when they're drinking or eating, they suck in their whiskers by their faces, because their whiskers are very sensitive. And with a narrow pet water fountain like this, they would have to suck in their whiskers. So I would, even if you fill it up, because I do fill it up all the way to the top, it's still a little bit narrow for my taste, just because if they drink from this area, the whiskers are still going to have to be sucked up into their face. And then they could drink from the side, I guess, but they still, I mean, the water is going to be running down, so they have to kind of try to avoid the water stream as they're drinking. So that's just one little nitpick of mine that I wish that, of course, it sort of defeats the purpose of having a compact water fountain, but I just, for say older cats or frail cats, it might discourage them from drinking, even though that it has a nice running water and you have a nice clean water fountain. If they have to constantly suck up their whiskers, it may be uncomfortable for them. So just that it would be nice to have a slightly larger basin, although anyway. So, but if you get a small water fountain like this, then it would be for you know, a healthy younger cat probably. So this is the Drinkwell Mini water fountain. I guess I'll do a quick disassembling again. Hopefully this camera doesn't fall over. Don't fall over. Don't fall over. Okay. And again, I just encourage all my clients and all the pet owners out there, please don't be afraid of breaking your water fountain. The Drinkwell water fountains in particular are very well made. They're very sturdy. This plastic, there's no little tiny parts that you'll be worried about breaking, as in some other pet water fountains. So I think that this is a very good line. And I've never had a problem with disassembling and reassembling the Drinkwell water fountains, which is made by PetMate. Okay, let's get this out. My nails are going to be totally cracked. Usually you wouldn't be doing this quite as frequently as I do, since I tend to many animals as a professional pet sitter. You would only be doing this once or twice, depending on how many water fountains you had. So you wouldn't have quite as much damage as I sometimes accumulate. So yeah. So definitely don't be afraid of disassembling and reassembling your water fountain. It's very important to keep your water fountain clean. Use dish soap. And if you find that there is a bit of mildew, you can use a little bit of vinegar. I know it smells quite strongly, but vinegar is the best. It's inexpensive, it's pet safe, and it works to remove mildew. Just put a little bit in it, a little bit of water, hot water, warm to hot water, scrub it down, and you'll see that the mildew goes right away. So, okay, so thank you for watching. Again, my name is Rachel Reisner. I'm a certified professional pet sitter in Montreal, Canada. My business name is Cats and Hamsters. This was a Drinkwell Mini. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please leave comments. I would love to hear what you think about it, anything that you'd like to see, anything that you think I could have done better. It's on my list to learn how to do more polished videos, but you know, I'm just very busy running my business, so this is as good as it's gonna get. And to show you that I even forgot to use my ring light over here. So I don't know if that's going to help. I don't think it's going to help. So it would have looked a little bit better. Okay, a little bit better. Nope, next time. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a great day.